There are people who have access to you by your email address that it's very hard for them to get through to you on the phone or to come and knock on your door. So that's one of the downsides of email.
And invariably it's the EA that's handling that executive's inbox.
Should be. I'm surprised today at talking with EAs about the number that are not handling it as much as I would say that they should be. I think there's real room for improvement in that area. Wow. And that takes time and training and a degree of trust that's built up over time. And that is, I think that cost is worth paying. The alternative, of course, is keep doing things the same way and expect different results.
Yeah. And and when you're speaking, when you go to a business and an EA says, come in and talk with us, is it generally the EA and their boss in the first instance you're speaking with? Because both need to understand how things should be working.
Yeah, so normally if I was running the coaching session, we'd have a chat together about what are we trying to achieve, how do we want to coordinate it, how much do you want to trust to your EA, and then once those decisions are made, I would work one-on-one with the EA to get things set up in that way, and then we'll come back and do an evaluation, fine-tune as much as is needed to get that working relationship fine-tuned. The ideal is that the executive is spending a minimal amount of time only looking at the emails that he or she is the only person who can make a decision on.
Truth or dare time here, Stuart.
Yes.
When you're speaking with an EA client or their boss, in your experience, who is generally the most resistant to change? Or is that not something you want to say?
Oh, well, it's obviously the senior person, and probably not because they want to resist change, but simply it takes a lot of emotional energy to change anything, to change a systemic issue like this. And so they've got so many other priorities. This doesn't seem to be such a big issue. So part of my job is educating them at just how much of an issue it is. And now that you're aware of that, do you now want to do something about it or not? And usually the bottom line will help make that decision. Say, that's too big a cost to pay. And they're often not concerned so much for themselves, but when they can realise that their team are struggling. I was working with a department here in Melbourne, and I asked the manager, what's your biggest concern? And he said mental health. Now normally it'd be productivity or a whole range of things, but for him it was mental health. He realised the impact of being overloaded and overwhelmed and all the demands and complexities of email was having an impact on his people at a mental level. Wow. And that's what he wanted to fix.
Crikey.